Now the Chalukyas of Kalyani and Chalukyas of Vengi. Now after the Chalukyas of Badami were destroyed by Danti Durga, the Rashtrakuta king, they revived after 2 centuries in around 972 to 973 AD. This was known as the Chalukyas of Kalyani and is supposed to have the same genealogy as those of the previous mighty Chalukyas. Though this has been a subject of dispute that whether they are of the same genealogy or not. This was established by Tailapa II, Tailapa, Tailapa II, who was one of the feudatories of the Rashtrakutas. For 200 years, they remained in conflict with the Cholas and also the eastern Chalukyas of Vengi. Now this information that I am telling you is about the Chalukyas of Kalyani. The Chalukyas of Kalyani revived themselves after 2 centuries around 972 to 973 AD. They are supposed to have the same genealogy as those of the previous mighty Chalukyas, but this has been a subject of dispute. The Chalukyas of Kalyani were established by Tailapa II, Tailapa II, who was one of the feudatories of the Rashtrakutas. For 200 years, the Chalukyas of Kalyani remained in conflict with the Cholas and also with the eastern Chalukyas of Vengi. That means the Chalukyas of Kalyani were called the Western Chalukya Empire and the Chalukyas of Vengi were called the Eastern Chalukya Empire. They were finally finished and destroyed by the Hoysala Empire in the 12th century. The empire of the Chalukyas of Kalyani or the Western Chalukyas is also known as Western Chalukya Empire. The empire has a great contribution in the modern Kannada literature as well as Sanskrit literature. Now the Eastern Chalukya Empire, which is also famously known as Chalukyas of Vengi. The origin of the Chalukyas of Vengi go back to the time of Pulikeshin II, when he had appointed his brother Kubja Vishnu as a viceroy of Vengi in around 620 AD. This developed as an independent kingdom for a short period, and later remained under the control of the first Rashtrakuta and then Cholas. They contributed to the growth of the Telugu literature. Now the political histories of Chalukyas of Kalyani, that is the Western Chalukya. Now I am talking about the Western Chalukya Empire. The last ruler of the Rashtrakuta dynasty, who was Kaka II or Karaka, K-A-K-K-A, Kaka II or Karaka, K-A-R-A-K-A, these were his two names, was killed by Tailapa II or Taila II, who was the scion of old Chalukya stock in 1973. That means the last ruler of the Rashtrakuta dynasty was killed by Tailapa II in 973 AD. Thus Tailapa II founded the dynasty of Chalukyas of Kalyani, which lasted for some 200 years. For 200 years they remained in conflict with the Cholas and also the eastern Chalukyas of Vengi. They were finally destroyed by the Hoysala Empire in the 12th century. The empire of Chalukyas of Kalyani is also known as Western Chalukya Empire. This empire has a great contribution in the modern Kannada literature as well as Sanskrit literature. Now Tailapa II. Tailapa II was one of the feudatories of the Rashtrakutas. He restored the family of his ancestors to its former glory. Taila reigned for 24 years and during that time was able to recover the ancient territory of his race except the Gujarat region. We know about his reign from the Gadag records, G-A-D-A-G, Gadag records. He patronized a Kannada poet Rana, R-A-N-N-A, who was one of the earliest poets of Kannada language. Rana, R-A-N-N-A, Adikavi Pampa and Sri Pona together are called three gems of Kannada literature. Sri Pona, S-R-I-A, Sri P-O-N-N-A, Pona, Adikavi Pampa, A-D-I-K-A-V-I, then Pampa, P-A-M-P-A and Rana are together called the three gems of the Kannada literature. Most of the time, Telapa too kept on fighting with Munja, a Paramara king of Dhara. P-A-R-A-M-A-R-A, Paramara king of Dhara, D-H-A-R-A. Munja was finally captured and probably killed in captivity. This was in 995 AD. 2 years later, Telapa died and his crown was passed on to his son Satyashraya. Now Satyashraya. The reign of Satyashraya was 997 AD to 1008 AD. Though to start with, he adopted the aggressive policy of his father, had enmity with the eastern Chalukyas and Cholas. His 11-year reign was disturbed and was finally faced the disastrous consequence of a war with the great Chola Rajarajavan. Rajarajavan overran the Chalukya country and looted and killed a large number of men, women and children. Satyashraya was followed by Vikramaditya V and Jaisimha II. The next important king was Someshwara I. The spelling of Satyashraya is Satyasraya. Now Someshwara I, who was also known as Ahavamala or Trilokmala, reigned from 1042 AD to 1068 AD. The contemporary Chola king was Rajadhiraj Chola I, who became Chola king in the same year. That is 1042 AD. Someshwara I had established Kalyani as its capital. He faced the attack of Rajadhiraj Chola I, who overran initially the Chalukyan capital and demolished the forts and erected the pillars as a memorabilia of the victories, but the Chalukyan counter-attack forced them out. Under Someshwara I, the Chalukya army raided Chola capital Kanchipuram, but it was repelled back. Finally, in the Battle of Koppam, Rajadhiraj Chola was killed. Battle of Koppam, K-O-P-P-A-M, Rajadhiraj Chola was killed, but his younger brother took the command and drove the Chalukya back. In this attack, brother of Someshwara I was killed. The reign of Someshwara I is known for numerous wars. This able king of the Western Chalukya Empire ended his life by drowning himself in the river Tungabhadra due to his inability to endure a fever. Someshwara I was succeeded by his elder son Someshwara II, but Someshwara II was soon deposed by his younger brother Vikramaditya VI, whose reign is from 1076 AD to 1126 AD. So the son of Someshwara I, the elder son of Someshwara I, that is Someshwara II, took over the reins, but Someshwara II was soon deposed by his younger brother Vikramaditya VI, whose reign is from 1076 to 1126 AD, that is for around 50 years. Now Vikramaditya VI ascended the throne in 1076 AD, which marks the beginning of Chalukya Vikram era. Vikramaditya VI was one of the ablest kings of the Western Chalukyan Empire. He left the maximum number of inscriptions all in Kannada. He is the hero of a historical poem, Vikraman Kadeva Charita by Bilhana, a Kashmir poet, and reigned for around half a century in tolerable peace. Vikramaditya VI captured Kanchi late in his career and engaged with serious battles with the Hoysala king of Dor Samudra known as Vishnu. In the capital Kalyani during the times of Vikramaditya VI, a celebrated jurist of the 12th century called Vijaneshwara lived. Vijaneshwara, V-I-J-A-N-E-S-V-A-R-A. Vijaneshwara has written a treatise on inheritance, which is among the most influential legal treatises in Hindu law outside Bengal. The title of this work was Mitakasara, M-I-T-A-K-S-A-R-A. Mitakasara is considered to be an important commentary on Yajnavalkya Smriti, NAVALKYA, Yajnavalkya Smriti, SMRITI. Another work by Vijayaneshwara is Daya Bhag, which is also related to Hindu law. Death of Vikramaditya VI was followed by a decline of the Chalukya Empire. The Western Chalukya dynasty ended in 1190 when most part of its territory were absorbed by Yadavas of Devagiri and Hoysala of Dor Samudra. The Western Chalukyan dynasty ended in 1190 when most of its territories were absorbed by Yadavas of Devagiri and Hoysalas of Dor Samudra. The last king of Western Chalukyan Empire was Someshwara IV. After his death, the remaining territories of the Western Chalukyan Empire were absorbed by the great Hoysala king Veer Balala II. Now the legacy of Western Chalukyas. While the buildings of the Chalukyas of the Badami are centered in and around Aihole, Badami, Patadakal and Alampur, the building of the Western Chalukyas are widely dispersed. Western Chalukyas means the Chalukyas of Kalyani, which reflect the system of local government and decentralization in the Western Chalukyan administration. That is, the buildings of Western Chalukyas empire are widely dispersed, which gives us an idea that the system of the local government and decentralization in the Western Chalukyan administration. The major improvement over the previous Badami Chalukya temple was the architectural articulation or ornamentation of the outer walls of the shrine. The presence of figure sculpture such as heroes of Ramayana and Mahabharata and loving couples, Mithuna, were additional structure of these temples. At the earliest period, the Western Chalukyan temples are either Ekakuta, one mandap of one shrine, or Dvikuta, a common hall attached to two shrines. The style has characters of both northern as well as Dravidian temple architecture. This combination of both of these styles is called Vesara style. Also Central Indian style, which is represented by the Hoysala temples. Most of the temples of the Western Chalukyas are dedicated to Shiva. Some of them dedicated to Vishnu and Jain Tirthankars also. The Hoysala's architecture was clearly influenced by the Western Chalukya architecture. Now, Trukateswara Temple, Gadag. Trukateswara Temple, Gadag. Gadag style. The Gadag style refers to the ornate columns in the temple. This style originated in the period of the Western Chalukya king Someshwara I. The finest example of the Gadag style is Trikuteswara temple at Gadag. The hallmark of the Gadag style of ornate pillars is visible in the Trukuteswara temple complex located at Gadag. This temple was created during the reign of Someshwara I in the 11th century. The temple is dedicated to Shiva and has 3 lingams mounted on a single stone. The ornate pillars are located in an exclusive Saraswati shrine in the temple complex. Temples of Lakundi, Lakundi. Lakundi is a tiny village in Gadag district of Karnataka. Here we find 50 temples of the Western Chalukyan Empire, most important of which are Mahadev Temple and Kahi Vishveshwar Temple. The place is also a source of around 30 inscriptions of the Chalukyas, Kalachuris, Siunas, Kadambas and Hoysalas. Kasi Visveswara Temple, Lakundi. Kasi Visveswara Temple, Lakundi is one of the most ornate temples in Karnataka. Kasivisvesvara Temple, Lakundi, Lakundi. It is one of the most ornate temples in Karnataka. This temple was initially built in the Western Chalukyan Empire, and later additions were done by Veer Balala II, the great Hoysala king. It's a Dvikuta temple. Now again the concept of Dvikuta and Ekakuta. Ekakuta means one mandap or of one shrine, and Dvikuta means a common hall attached to two shrines. Now Mahadev Temple Itagi, about 20 kilometers from Nakundi, NAKKUNDI, is located the Mahadev Temple of Itagi. It was built by one of the commanders of the Western Chalukya king Vikramaditya VI in 1112 AD. The temple is one of the finest example of Dravid articulation in Nagara style. This is evident from the picture of Shikhar of the main shrine shown here. Doda Basapa Temple, Dambal. Doda Basapa Temple, located at Dambal in Karnataka, is one more example of fine Western Chalukyan art. The temple is a variant of the Dravid style called the Karnata Dravid temple style. The temple is built on uninterrupted 24-pointed star-shaped floor plan, which is different from the pre-existing 6 to 12 and 24 interrupted star-shaped temples. Other Chalukya temples of Kalyani are located at Kuknur, Lakmeshwar, Bankarupa, etc. Now, the most important thing from the perspective of art and culture, important features of the temples of Western Chalukya. First, the Western Chalukya temples show an improvement over the previous experiments. These temples show a transition from the Nagara to Dravid style and create a new style, Karnata Dravid. Second, the ornate columns are seen as one of the most important features, and that is why some of the temples, such as Mahadev temples, are called finest in Karnataka after Halebid, Halebid. The temple plan is most of the plans is star shaped. Most temples are dedicated to Shiva, and Nandi at the entrance of the shrine appears as a main feature. Now the Chalukyas of Kalyani and Chalukyas of Vengi.